Back on Talk of the Town as Marianne from Moving Forward is joining us now, and she's even brought some stuff with it. Looks like we got beer, we got pills, like we're having a party. But no. We're going to get to all of that and what all of this stuff means as welcome in Marianne.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
now
you
once again, for those that don't know, you're a senior move manager.
Exactly, yes.
What's a senior move manager?
Sure. So a senior move manager is basically somebody who has been trained through the National Association of Senior Move Managers. And that's just important to know because we all follow a real strict code of ethics. And also it means that if I'm moving somebody here from Madison to, say, somewhere in Minnesota, then I can call somebody else who's had the same training as I have to help unpack them and get them settled in their new home once I send them off here from Madison.
Okay, so what are some of the steps then you go through with families?
Sure. So basically what we do is we'll go and we'll meet a client and we'll kind of figure out what their situation is if they're moving from a house into an independent living community. And then first of all, we'll figure out what they want to take with them, and we go through a floor layout. We measure their furniture to make sure it will all fit in their new home. And then we just kind of go through the whole sorting process with them, and we pack up what they want to pack. And then we actually then, we help them move. We bring in movers and we move all their items to their new location. And then basically we get them all settled in, we do all the unpacking, we hang up the pictures, put up the shower curtain. So by the end of the move day, they're ready to live in their new apartment. And then typically we go back to the house and then we deal with the items that are in the house and we get the home ready to sell. So again, they have that closure and we just kind of help them move through that process.
Yeah, which I think is hard to do for a lot of people.
It
and
is.
You talk about going back to the house, dealing with some of the items that are in the house.
Correct.
So I'm guessing that these are some of the items or types
Right.
of items that you end up finding.
Yes, absolutely.
Walk us through a little bit. What did you bring this for here? Why
Sure.
would you show this to us?
Well, it's really interesting when I'm talking with the clients, what's kind of keeping them from moving into a new community is just they have a house full of stuff and they look at it and they don't even know where to begin. They have just boxes and boxes of things everywhere. And so it's the stuff that kind of keeps them from moving on. And so what I thought I would do today is just kind of go through some items because people, they have no idea what I'm going to do with the stuff, and they tend to sometimes they'll rent a dumpster and just start throwing stuff away, which is really sad, and I encourage people not to do that. But they just don't know what to do with it, and they really want to move on, and they just need help getting through that step. And so what I brought today, do you want me to kind of show you some of this
please,
here?
yeah.
So basically, there are items that I brought today that some of them are really easy for me to get rid of, and some are not. And so, basically what we do is we bring in buyers who like to buy items from my clients. And so we have some things that are on the easy to dispose of list and others that are not. So just as an idea, a lot of people have books. We all have collections of books. And so I brought a couple of books just to show you. In most books, I have a book buyer who will just come and collect the books. Cookbooks are super easy for me to sell for my clients. So if you have cookbooks or any books, basically, I would take them and bring them to my book buyer, and they would pay my client accordingly. Other books, such as encyclopedias, are very hard to get rid of, and so those we would just recycle usually. So these are on the good list, easy to sell.
Especially when it's a cookbook with the Sopranos
Exactly,
on it. Yep.
exactly. And then other things, VHS tapes, people have no idea what to do with those, and basically it's hard to even donate them. So luckily we can donate them to some organizations like St. Vincent de Paul, but it's a really, really low market, and we're lucky to donate them for folks. We all have lovely china, around our homes, and that's a really tough one to get rid of, so I encourage people to give it to their grandchildren or somebody who maybe can use it, but there's almost no market for china, which is always a sad conversation to have. Jewelry, especially, gold, silver, jewelry, and coins are really easy for us. We have a lot of buyers who'll come in, and again, they'll just pay my client for those items. And then a Boy Scout uniform, because that's actually an item that people love to buy, military items and Boy Scout uniforms, things that you would think that maybe nobody wants, are some of the hot items that I come across.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then I just have a little shot glass there. Those are really tough to sell too, so those are on the hard to get rid of list. Usually they go to donations, so I encourage people to give those to family members if they can, because there's just not a really good market for most of them. There are some obviously exceptions.
Now you have some other things here. So say like a bottle of beer or a controlled substance.
Exactly.
So what do you do with
Sure.
that?
So alcohol is interesting because basically we cannot do anything with it.
Right.
We can't. I mean, if I had to get rid of it, I just have to pour it down the drain, which is really sad.
Yeah.
So it's something that the family members, we just encourage them to just give away. We can't sell it, we can't donate it, we can't do anything with it. So it's an item we just encourage families just to give to a neighbor or whatever they could do with it. Medicine, we always have a medicine drop for all of our clients. We bring to the police station, so we'll take all old pills and we'll make sure they're disposed of correctly. And then we always have, everyone has a garage full of paint and clean, items that just need to be taken to clean sweep typically, and so we'll make sure those get to clean sweep, and so they're taken care of. So we just go room by room, and we just have avenues avenues for all kinds of items.
Always a lot to talk about. Check out Moving Forward. You can do that online. Marianne, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
We'll talk to you next time, and we'll have more right here on Talk of the Town.
Thank you.